What's up, guys? I got a little house project I'm doing today. Weather's finally nice. It went from like 40 degrees to like 86, so now I'm sweating. But that's New England. Today though, I'm gonna be working on, I'm putting lattice up underneath my backyard deck. So right now it's kind of bare. It's just dirt under there. Kind of looks, I don't know, kind of cheesy. So we previously bought some lattice last year and we stained it and never got around to putting it up. So this year we're putting it up. I have to figure out how to make some like framing for under the deck because the lattice is flimsy. So I got some pressure treated here, and we'll be making some framing, and hopefully it interests you guys or helps anybody out that wants to do something similar. So I'll be getting to it. Yeah, so what we got is actually my back porch. It's something like this. And we got posts coming down. The only thing is there's like a center support. So I have to figure out some framing, post to post, something like that. And then I'm going to staple the lattice straight to the framing and the posts. But because of the center support, I'm going to have to build some kind of framing that goes around it and cut the lattice out around that. But yeah, I might have to staple some blocks or something to attach this framing to. I don't know. I guess we'll just get out there and we'll make some measurements. And I got a clipboard and some pencils and tape measures, and we'll do some measurements. And all right, so this is what the deck looks like right now. There's my beautiful wife up there.
Oh, hey. Makeup list.
Yeah, so actually we just put this, she's staining this door that we just made. We just bought a wheel for it because as you can see, it's kind of sagging. It's about 1 inch low. It was flush when we made it, but it's pretty cool though. It's got the spring assisted hinges, so it shuts on its own. It's great for kids. So, but yeah, this is what the deck looks like now. This is the lattice that we already pre-stained. But yeah, this is the main support under the center of the deck. We're gonna have to notch this out, and then that's not gonna be a big deal, but it's when we're using the trim to hide all the seams, that I'm gonna have to try to make some kind of bracket to go around that, just so it looks nice. We'll be using the 1x4s, pressure treated, for all the finished work. And we'll stain that stuff after. But I got the 2x4s for some of the framing, just because, I mean, this stuff's pretty flimsy, so figure put the heavy duty 2x4s underneath, and we'll stain those too, probably. But yeah, so I just drew the deck, and I'm gonna be taking measurements, and I'll put all the measurements on my drawing here. Doesn't hurt to you know, spend time and make a good diagram and drawing of what you're gonna do. It helps, so if you could understand it. So, but yeah, I'm gonna take those measurements now and then get cut. All right, so I just made some measurements. As you can see here, I measured both the top and bottom, since we're gonna be putting 2x4s across the top and bottom. They could be, because this deck's all probably shifted, so, and it did, so measure top and bottom. Everything's gonna be different. So 81 and 1/8, that was the same, but this one 75 and 6/8, and that's just 75. This one's 76. I kind of just wanted these tight, so they kind of stay in there while I screw them. So I'll cut these and start putting them in with the pressure treated 2x4s. Just make sure you mark these, make sure you know which ones are top and bottom and where they're going. Well, just so you guys know, if you have the older rigid tools, they're new lithium-ion batteries for all their drills and stuff have the same freaking connector, so they don't like slide in perfectly. Well, yeah, I guess they do, but I mean, the old battery pack used to be this big, but I mean, I bet you a lot of people just throw out these tools or sell them, and it's, you just get some new batteries and they actually work with the old tools. And I've been using this for a couple of years now, and it's working pretty fine. All right, so ran into the first problem. So I actually ran power out here to the deck. Comes up through the deck here. I have outlets. And I actually have a cable here that I ran down into the ground, and I run it out to the track, and it actually is powering those floodlights up in the trees for the track. So when I want to race on the track at night, I just plug this in and we got lights out there. So that's pretty cool. But just to have power out here on the deck, we ran like a legit PVC piping out here, and it's actually drilled into the deck here, so I can't push this box much further past this 2x4. I didn't screw these in yet, but I just noticed I'm probably gonna have to notch this out a little bit to come around this box. That way I could push this up, because I'm just lining this up, and I think we want the lattice pretty close to the top of the deck and have the gap at the bottom rather than, you don't want a gap at the top. That just wouldn't make sense. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pull this out. I'll probably just mark this a little box right here, and I'll try cutting that out with the saw. Just so you guys know, these star drive's the way to go. Phillips sucks, flathead sucks, square bit sucks. I think these are self-tapping, but I'm just gonna pre-drill because I don't want to mess around really. Just so you guys know, why I'm making these really tight measurements is because I'm by myself. So right now it's not even screwed in. I'm able to put it in, kind of position it where I want to, and it's snug, you know. And if it's got to go up or down, I just tap it and it stays. So kind of a tip, but when you measure really precise like that, it's you could end up into problems later on, but that's usually more finished stuff, not like this kind of outdoors crap. So just so you guys know. But yeah, I'm gonna finish. I don't think I'm gonna film any more of doing this framing. Everything's cut. I just look at these freaking carpenter bees, dude. He's like, oh, fresh food you just put out for me? Nice. So yeah, I'm gonna just throw these up, screw them in, and then I'll start cutting the lattice, and I'll get some footage later. All right. I don't know if you guys have carpenter bees where you live, but you can see these holes, and I don't know if the camera picks it up, but listen. You could hear them munching in there. And I just sprayed too, they don't even care. It's a real pain this time of the season, but one of these days I have to come out here when they're all out, spray, and then when they go back in their home, they die in there, and then it's usually okay for the rest of the summer. All right, guys, so got all the framing up, as you can see. It's really sturdy. I mean, they're 2x4s, so I just did some more measurements now for the lattice. I guess you could measure it all out in the beginning, but you might get confused with all the numbers, so I'm just doing it step by step here. And then I just measured this split in half because it's going to be 2 pieces of lattice meeting right here, and it's going to be about 7 1/4 inches down and about 2 inches cut out on each lattice, and it should butt up against that on each side. So yeah, I'll just show you how I draw out my measurements. If you see here, now I got these measurements here for the lattice, which are from the edge of the post, so they're not going to be the same because those framing 2x4s were actually for the inside of the post, so you can see 87 inches rather than 81. So I measured out all that, and yeah, again, you don't have to be really precise because any seams you're going to be able to cover up with the trim afterwards. So notch out that one section, which is actually going to be pretty easy with this. It's just literally. So lattice is up. It looks pretty good. I guess if you're lazy, that's probably good enough, but it would definitely look better with some trim on it. So we're gonna make some more measurements. And then since I'm by myself, I'll probably use the nail gun to just temporarily nail those up and then pre-drill them and screw them. And then we're good. And then we stand. I had to cut out a little notch for my tracks cable for the light. It might look like I know what I'm doing, but I have no clue. Just winging it. Pretty much done here. As you can see, came out pretty good. I mean, the main thing is, like, you know, from in the yard, yeah, that looks pretty legit. I'm not gonna lie, that looks a lot better. My wife was like, oh, we need to put lattice up, it looks nice, and I'm just like, whatever. But she's always right every time. It does look better. I do like it. The only thing not thrilled about the way I did this, but that's part of doing stuff and learning. The next time I'll probably try to figure out a way to do that a little bit better. But for the meantime, I mean, whatever. It's just the main thing is the lattice goes up. It'll look good once it's all stained the same color as the deck. So yeah, let me know if you guys liked these little projects. I got some more projects coming up. Maybe I'll make a video talking about my next project that I'm gonna do, which might be kind of cool. Stuff like this, you know, a lot of people want to do stuff and they just search it on YouTube and try to figure out if you know, somebody shows how to do it. So maybe it helps somebody else that has no clue on what they're doing, just like me. But as you can see, you just try and you just take your time, measure, use the right tools, and yeah. The one thing, I said I was gonna screw those 1x4s. I ended up just nailing them. I don't know. It's just a visual. It's not like a structural thing. I mean, dude, I'm pulling on it pretty hard and it's not coming off, so it's probably good. Worst case scenario, if some of them start falling off in a year or two, I'll just throw some screws in. But for now, it's probably fine. It seems strong enough. I used enough freaking nails on it, so. All right, guys. Catch you later.